Magandang tanghali po sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Ronnie Camilo F. Robles. Ngayon po ay ang aking pre-oral defense, so I will be presenting my research work and sana po ay magustuhan nyo. Ang title po ng research work ko ay Fire and Motion Detection Device with Messaging System. Brief introduction lang po. Cases of theft and robbery of computers, CCTV equipment, and LCD projector have become more frequent in schools. In fact, a school located in Santo Domingo, Nueva Ecija, ito po yung Santo Domingo National Trade School, suffered a great loss when the school was robbed of learning equipment amounting to around ₱1 million. Cases of robbery in public schools might also happen to universities. Aside from theft and robbery, fire hazards impose a great threat to educational institutions where expensive learning materials are kept. Such incidents could be lessened and avoided if schools are equipped with appropriate warning systems capable of monitoring and informing people about the coming possible danger. In line with this, the researcher is motivated to develop a fire and motion detection device with messaging system. Yung intrusion and fire hazards po kasi ay hindi naman po talaga natin masasabi kung kailan at saan. Kaya yung pagkakaroon po ng warning systems capable of monitoring and informing people of the coming possible danger is really an advantage, especially for educational institutions like NEUST. The title of the study is Fire and Motion Detection Device with Messaging System for NEUST Graduate School. Its main objective is the development and evaluation of FMDDMS to improve the monitoring and surveillance of an office with the application of microcontrollers, sensors, and the concept of IoT. Now we have here the statement of the problem. Question number 1. How may the fire and motion detection device with messaging system that will serve as a monitoring and warning system for NEUST Graduate School be developed using the agile model phases in terms of defining requirements, system design, development, quality assurance, user acceptance testing, and releasing? Question number 2. How may the proposed system be evaluated by IT experts in terms of the following ISO IEC 25010 criteria? We have 8 criteria po under the standard. We have functional suitability, performance efficiency, compatibility, usability, reliability, security, maintainability, and portability. Question number 3. How may the proposed system be evaluated by the users in terms of the following selected ISO criteria? Tatlo lang po yung sinelect natin na criteria from the ISO standard. We have functional suitability, performance efficiency, and usability. Question number 4. What are the features and functionalities of the system that will be helpful to the incident prevention and monitoring in the offices of the NEUST Graduate School? Question number 5. How may the level of effectiveness of the developed system upon implementation be described? So all in all po, meron po tayong 5 tanong sa ating statement of the problem, and mamaya po sa mga susunod na slides ay isa-isa po natin silang sasagutin. Ito po yung conceptual framework ng study. Siya po ay nakabatay na rin sa Agile Development Model as mentioned sa ating statement of the problem. Again, we have here the 6 phases: define requirements, system design, development, quality assurance, user acceptance testing, and the last is releasing. Dito naman po tayo sa scope and delimitation. This study is limited to the development and assessment of the fire and motion detection device with messaging system designed for the utilization of NEUST Graduate School Office. The main goal of the system is to provide an efficient and effective warning system for preventing incidents relating to fire, smoke, and intrusion within an office. Continuation po ng scope and delimitation, pero dito naman po ay magfo-focus tayo sa scope and delimitation ng pinaka-device natin at ng website. Una, The device is consisting of microcontrollers and sensors for monitoring fire, smoke, and motion, and for sending alerts for warning users in case of detection. Pangalawa, the system is dependent to internet connectivity. Nabanggit po natin kanina, it uses the concept of IoT, kaya kailangan po natin na connected tayo sa internet. Susunod po, sensors work within range. Tulad po dun sa motion sensor, ang detection range po niya ay 7 to 10 meters. Pero ipapaliwanag ko po siya mamaya dun po sa video para dun sa device. The system has a website that has 4 sections, namely motion events, fire events, smoke events, and light events. So magkakahiwalay po na section doon sa website yung records ng detection natin. For fire events po, fire events lang po yung makikita natin doon with the picture and date of detection, same with other sections. Contact details are requirements on the system like a phone number for sending a text message. The system also needs at least 2 email addresses for sending and receiving warning notifications. Yung pinaka-device po natin ay meron po siyang module, responsibility for sending messages, so kailangan po niya ng SIM sa loob. Next, the system has an additional feature where contact numbers and email addresses can be added. It also provides an option to modify the email notification content. So part po nitong device ay yung pagsisend natin ng alerts or warning. So pwede po tayong maglagay ng isa o higit pang contact number para upon detection po ay meron po tayong iba pang contact numbers na sisendan ng notification natin. However, the system is delimited to monitoring and warning functions only. So continuous po yung pagmamonitor ng device dun sa specified area kung saan siya nakalagay, and upon detection, it will send a warning to the registered contact numbers and email addresses. Motion sensor, however, is intended for nighttime monitoring when users are not around or when users activated the function. So, the best time to activate the motion sensor is yung wala na pong tao sa loob ng office. Dahil kung i-activate po natin siya ng within the day, marami pong gagalaw sa office, then lahat po yun ay madedetect niya. So assuming na wala ng tao sa office, then that's the time that we activate the motion sensor. Next, aside from internet dependency, the device has to be plugged at all times for power. So kailangan po siya ay laging nakasaksak dahil wala po siyang battery. And last, the GSM module, ito po yung sinasabi kong module kanina na responsible para sa pagte-text, has to be subscribed in an unlimited text promo. That way, siya po ay makakapag-text or makakapag-send ng maraming warning text messages sa lahat ng registered contact numbers natin. Dito naman po tayo sa research method. The study will use developmental research method, and the development of the fire and motion detection device with messaging system is based on the Agile Development Model. So ito po ulit yung 6 phases na nakita na po natin sa ating conceptual framework. Locale of the study, ang napili ko po ay ang NUSC General Tino Street Campus, and to be specific, it's the Graduate School Unit. Respondents. So dito po meron po akong dalawang klase ng respondents. Una po ay ang IT experts, and susunod po ay yung NUST Graduate School faculty, and they are considered to be the end users. Number of respondents, 10 IT experts, and from graduate school faculty po ay kumuha rin po ako ng 10. In total, I have 20 respondents. Research instruments. In total po, gumamit po ako ng 3 instrument to assess the system. Una po ay yung instrument natin based on the ISO IEC 25010 System and Software Product Quality Model. Kung babalikan po doon sa ating statement of the problem, ginamit po ito ng IT experts at ng end users para i-assess yung system. Sa IT experts po, ginamit po nila yung 8 criteria, and the end users, yung pong ating NUSC Graduate School, gumamit lamang po sila nung 3 selected criteria to assess the system. Pangalawa pong instrument ay structured interview. Parehong respondent po ay sumailalim sa ating structured interview, and ito po ay ginamit natin para ma-identify kung anong features or function ng system yung talagang nakatulong in terms of monitoring and warning users. Then the last is the level of effectiveness. Ito po ay nakipagtulungan ako kay Dean Sid para makadevelop ng another instrument to assess the level of effectiveness. Bali, meron po itong 10 statements. And tulad po ng ISO IEC 25010, gagamit din po ako dito ng 4-point Likert scale. Here is a sample scoring guide, and this is for functional suitability. We have 4 responses. 1, it means that the system is poor. The system met few stated and implied needs, and major weaknesses were found that greatly affect its function. 2, the system needs improvement. The system met some stated and implied needs, and minor weaknesses were found that slightly affect its function. 3, the system is functional. The system satisfactorily met stated and implied needs, and tolerable weaknesses were found. 4, it means that the system is highly functional. The system highly satisfactorily met stated and implied needs, and no weakness were found. Isa lang po yung inilagay ko dito sa presentation, pero dyan po sa ating manuscript ay kompleto naman po yung scoring guide. Baka po kasi maging masyadong mahaba yung presentation pag lahat po sila ay inilagay ko dito. Dito naman po tayo sa data gathering procedure. The researcher sought the approval of his head of office before conducting the survey. Dito po ay nakipag-ugnayan ako kay Ma'am Irene para doon sa letter and para ma-approve po ni Dean. The researcher utilized an online survey platform, Google Forms, and a video sharing platform which is YouTube. Nung panahon po kasi ng survey or nung data gathering procedure po ay lockdown po kasi noon and talagang hindi po pinupush yung face-to-face contact. Kaya ang naisip ko po ay sa survey, gumamit na lang po ako ng Google Forms para isi-send na lang po yung link. Then para naman po doon sa presentation po ng pinaka-device ay nag-video na lang po ako. I-video ko na lang po yung sarili ko. I-demo ko na lang po yung device and in-upload ko po siya sa YouTube para sa pagsasurvey ko po, isi-send ko po yung video and then isi-send ko rin po yung Google Forms. Data analysis technique. To answer statement of the problem number 1, the researcher described the development process of the system based on agile development model. To answer statement of the problem number 2, 3, and 5, the researcher used the weighted mean. Si 2 and 3 po, ito po ay yung sa ISO 25010. Number 2 is IT experts, and number 3 is the end users or the NUST graduate school. Number 5 naman po, ito po yung instrument natin para sa ating level of effectiveness. So, bali, numbers 2, 3, and 5, weighted mean po yung ginamit para sa ating data analysis technique. Last, we have here statement of the problem number 4. The researcher described the result of the structured interview. So, ito po yung nabanggit ko kanina na ginamit to identify which functions or features of the system are effective in terms of monitoring and warning users. Still under data analysis technique, ito na po yung 8 criteria natin. Functional suitability, performance efficiency, compatibility, usability, reliability, security, maintainability, and portability. Again, ito po yung ating 4 responses. 1, it means the system is poor. Number 2, the system needs improvement. Number 3, the system is satisfactory. Dahil generic na lang po na satisfactory dahil ang dami po ng ating criteria. And then number 4, it means that the system is highly satisfactory. Then dun po sa interpretation natin, from 1 to 1.74, the system is poor. From 1.75 to 2.49, it means that the system needs improvement. From 2.5 to 3.24, it means that the system is satisfactory. And from 3.25 to 4, it means that the system is highly satisfactory. Heto naman po yung responses and descriptor for level of effectiveness of the fire and motion detection device with messaging system. We have 4 responses. This is a 4-point Likert scale. We have the same interpretation with the ISO 250 standard. And descriptor po natin, 1, it means that the system is not effective. 2 means that the system is less effective. 3 means that the system is effective, and 4, it means that the system is highly effective. Now we have here the presentation and interpretation of data. Number 1, development of the fire and motion detection device with messaging system. The researcher used the agile model for the development of the system. Fire and motion detection device with messaging system was successfully completed through the application of the following phases: defining requirements phase, system design phase, development phase, quality assurance phase, user acceptance testing phase, and the last is releasing phase. Number 2, assessment of the fire and motion detection device with messaging system based on the ISO IEC 25010 by IT experts. Dito po ay iisa-isahin na po natin yung mga criteria and titignan po natin on how the IT experts rated the system. We have here software product quality categories, the weighted mean, and the verbal description. For functional suitability, we have 3 items. Number 1, functional completeness. The fire and motion detection device with messaging system functions cover all the specified task and user objectives. Weighted mean po dito ay 3.90. It means that the system is highly functional. Number 2, the functional correctness. The system's function provides correct results with the needed degree of precision. Weighted mean is 3.60. Description, the system is highly functional. Number 3, functional appropriateness. The system's functions facilitate the accomplishment of the specified tasks and objectives. The weighted mean is 3.80. It's highly functional. The average weighted mean for functional suitability is 3.77. It means that the system is highly functional as assessed by the IT experts. The next criterion is performance efficiency. Under performance efficiency, we have 3 software product quality categories. Number 1, time behavior. The system's response and processing times and throughput rates of a product or system when performing its functions meet the requirements. The weighted mean is 3.60, means that the system is highly efficient. Number 2, resource utilization. The amount and type of resources used by the system when performing its functions meet the requirements. The weighted mean is 3.70. It means that the system is highly efficient. Last is capacity. The system can handle the maximum limits of a system parameter. The weighted mean is 3.40. It means that the system is highly efficient. The overall assessment of performance efficiency, we have average weighted mean of 3.57. It means that the system is highly efficient as assessed by the IT experts. The next criterion is compatibility. Under compatibility, we have 2 software product quality categories. Number 1, coexistence. The system can perform its required functions efficiently while sharing a common environment and resources with other systems without detrimental impact on any other system. The weighted mean is 3.60, means that the system is highly compatible. Next is interoperability. The system can exchange information to 2 or more systems and use the information that has been exchanged. The weighted mean is 3.60. It means that the system is highly compatible. The average weighted mean for compatibility is 3.60. It means that the system is highly compatible as assessed by IT experts. Usability. Under usability, we have 6 software product quality categories. Number 1, appropriateness recognizability. The users can recognize that the developed system is appropriate for their needs. The weighted mean is 3.60. It means that the system is highly usable. Number 2, learnability. The system can be used by specified users to achieve specified goals of learning, to use the system with effectiveness, efficiency, freedom from risk, and satisfaction in a specified context of use. The weighted mean is 3.60. It means that the system is highly usable. Number 3, operability. The system has attributes that make it easy to operate and control. The weighted mean is 3.60, highly usable. Number 4, user Error protection. The system protects users against making errors. The weighted mean is 3.20, means that the system is usable. Number 5, user interface aesthetics. The system's user interface enables pleasing and satisfying interaction for the user. The weighted mean is 3.30. The description is usable. Last, we have accessibility. The system can be used by users with the widest range of characteristics and capabilities to achieve a specified goal in a specified context of use. The weighted mean is 3.50, means that the system is highly usable. The overall assessment, we have the average weighted mean of 3.47. It means that the system is highly usable as assessed by the IT experts. Now we have here reliability. Under reliability, we have four software product quality categories. Number one, maturity. The system meet the needs for reliability under normal operation. The weighted mean is 3.30. It means that the system is reliable. Number two, availability. The system is operational and accessible when required for use. The weighted mean is 3.60. It means that the system is highly reliable. Number three, fault tolerance. The system operates as intended despite the presence of hardware or software faults. The weighted mean is 3.20. It means that the system is reliable. Number four, recoverability. The system can recover the data that are directly affected and can re-establish the desired state of the system in the event of an interruption or a failure. The weighted mean is 3.20. It means that the system is reliable. The average weighted mean for reliability is 3.33. It means that the system is reliable as assessed by the IT experts. Next criterion is security. Under security, we have five software product quality categories. Number one, confidentiality. The system ensures that data are accessible only to those authorized to have access. The weighted mean is 3.40, means the system is highly secured. Next is integrity. It prevents unauthorized access to or modification of computer programs or data. The weighted mean is 3.30, means that the system is secured. Non-repudiation. Its actions or events can be proven to have taken place so that the events or actions cannot be repudiated later. The weighted mean is 3.40, means that the system is highly secured. Number four, accountability. Actions of the entity can be traced uniquely to the entity. The weighted mean is 3.40, means that the system is highly secured. Last is authenticity. It can prove that the identity of a subject or resource is one claimed. Weighted mean is 3.60, means that the system is highly secured. The average weighted mean for the system security is 3.40, means that the system is highly secured as assessed by the IT experts. Next criterion is maintainability. Under maintainability, we have four software product quality categories. Number one, modularity. The system is composed of distinct components such that a change to one component has minimal impact on other components. The weighted mean is 3.50. It means that the system is highly maintainable. Number two, reusability. The system's asset can be used in more than one system or in building other assets. The weighted mean is 3.40, means that the system is highly maintainable. Number three, analyzability. It is possible to assess the impact of the system to an intended change to one or more of its parts, or to diagnose the system for deficiencies or causes of failures, or to identify parts to be modified. The weighted mean is 3.60, means that the system is highly maintainable. Number four, modifiability. The system can be effectively and efficiently modified without introducing defects or degrading existing product quality. The weighted mean is 3.60, means that the system is highly maintainable. The overall assessment of maintainability has an average weighted mean of 3.53, means that the system is highly maintainable as assessed by the IT experts. The last criterion for number 2 is portability. Under portability, we have three software product quality categories. Number 1, adaptability. The system can effectively and efficiently be adapted to different or evolving hardware, software, or other operational or usage environments. The weighted mean is 3.50, means that the system is highly portable. Number 2, installability. The system can be successfully installed and or uninstalled in a specific environment. The weighted mean is 3.40, means that the system is highly portable. Number 3, replaceability. A component of the system can be replaced by another software for the same purpose in the same environment. The weighted mean is 3.50, means that the system is portable. The overall assessment of the system's portability has an average weighted mean of 3.40, means that the system is highly portable as assessed by the IT experts. Number 3 na po tayo, assessment of the fire and motion detection device with messaging system based on ISO IEC 25010 by NAUSD Graduate School faculty members. Meron lang po tayong tatlong criteria na in-assess ng ating graduate school faculty. Number 1, we have here functional suitability. Meron po ulit tayong tatlong software product quality categories. Number 1, functional completeness. The weighted mean is 3.60, means that the system is highly functional. Number 2, functional correctness. The weighted mean is 3.70, means that the system is highly functional. Number 3, functional appropriateness. The weighted mean is 3.60, means that the system is highly functional. The overall assessment of the system's functional suitability has an average weighted mean of 3.63, means that the system is highly functional as assessed by the NAUSD Graduate School. The next criterion is performance efficiency. Under performance efficiency, meron po ulit tayong tatlo na software product quality categories. Number 1 is time behavior. The weighted mean for time behavior is 3.60, means that the system is highly efficient. Number 2, resource utilization. The weighted mean for resource utilization is 3.70, means that the system is highly efficient. Number 3, capacity. The weighted mean for capacity is 3.60, means that the system is highly efficient. The overall assessment of the system's performance efficiency has an average weighted mean of 3.63, means that the system is highly efficient as assessed by the NAUSD Graduate School. The last criterion for number 3 is usability. Under usability, we have 6 software product quality categories. Number 1, appropriateness recognizability. The weighted mean for appropriateness recognizability is 3.50, means that the system is highly usable. Number 2, learnability. The weighted mean for learnability is 3.80, means that the system is highly usable. Number 3, operability. The weighted mean for operability is 3.60, means that the system is highly usable. Number 4, error protection. The weighted mean for user error protection is 3.30, means that the system is usable. Number 5, user interface aesthetics. The weighted mean for user interface aesthetics is 3.40, means that the system is highly usable. Number 6, accessibility. The weighted mean for accessibility is 3.40, means that the system is highly usable. The overall assessment of the system's usability has an average weighted mean of 3.50, means that the system is highly usable as assessed by the NAUSD Graduate School. Number 4, functionalities of the fire and motion detection device with messaging system. Dito po ginamit yung structured interview to identify which functionalities of the system is really helpful and effective in terms of monitoring and warning users of possible danger. The respondents agreed po na yung fire detection together with smoke detection is effective para po ma-detect yung possible presence of fire within the specified area. Then motion detection, even if it's intended for nighttime use, ay talagang effective din naman po siya according to our respondents. Then email notification is okay din po dahil ito ay nagsisilbing validation to make sure if the alarm is valid. Kasi sa email po ay may laman po siya na picture para makita ng mga users kung talagang may apoy ba, kung talagang may usok ba, kung talagang may gumalaw ba within the specified area. And SMS notification po, they all agreed na mainam po yung SMS dahil hindi naman po lahat ng pagkakataon ay online yung mga user natin. And it's more possible na mas mabasa nila agad or mas matanggap nila agad yung SMS notification compared to email. And karamihan po ng respondents ay nag-agree na si automated lighting, it needs improvement. Na in terms of monitoring and warning users ay hindi po siya gaanong nakatulong. Though nasisiguro po niya na maliwanag yung lugar because it lights up automatically, pero in terms of detection and warning, wala po siyang naitutulong masyado. Pero naglagay po ako sa recommendation and explain ko na lang po mamaya. Number 5, assessment of the level of effectiveness of the fire and motion detection device and messaging system by IT experts. Ito po yung instrument na dinevelop and approved by Dean Sid na isinend ko po sa kanya and nag-send na lang po siya ng copy pabalik sa akin para po maglagay ng corrections. So all in all, we have 10 statements para sa level of effectiveness. Number 1, the system is easy to use. The weighted mean is 3.60, means that the system is highly effective. Number 2, the system has recognizable icons. The weighted mean is 3.70, means that the system is highly effective. Number 3, the system can accurately deliver user commands via internet connection. The weighted mean is 3.60, means that the system is highly effective. Number 4, the system provides an access to reports and easily generates reports. Weighted mean is 3.30. The verbal description is effective. Number 5, email and password are used as access pass for authorized users. Weighted mean is 3.60, means that the system is highly effective. Number 6, the application can be accessed using any mobile devices. Weighted mean is 3.20. The verbal description, effective. Number 7, the application can be accessed using a desktop computer. Weighted mean, 3.60, means that the system is highly effective. Number 8, mistakes in using the system can be easily recovered. The weighted mean is 3.20, means that the system is effective. Number 9, the organization of information in the application interface screens are clear. The weighted mean is 3.60, means that the system is highly effective. Number 10, the system has all the necessary functions it should have for monitoring. The weighted mean is 3.60, means that the system is highly effective. The overall assessment of the level of effectiveness of the system has an average weighted mean of 3.50, means that the system is highly effective as assessed by the IT experts. Continuation po ito para sa assessment ng level of effectiveness, but this time it was assessed by the NEUST Graduate School. Again, we have the 10 statement. For statement number 1, the weighted mean is 3.50, means that the system is highly effective. For statement number 2, the weighted mean is 3.50, means that the system is highly effective. For statement number 3, the weighted mean is 3.60, means that the system is highly effective. For statement number 4, the weighted mean is 3.80, means that the system is highly effective. For statement number 5, the weighted mean is 3.40, means that the system is highly effective. For statement number 6, the weighted mean is 3.20, means that the system is effective. For statement number 7, the weighted mean is 3, means that the system is effective. Number 8, the weighted mean is highly effective. For statement number 9, the weighted mean is 3.80, means that the system is effective. And for number 10, the weighted mean is 4, means that the system is highly effective. The overall assessment of the level of effectiveness of the system has an average weighted mean of 3.55, means that the system is highly effective as assessed by the NEUST Graduate School. Dito na po tayo sa summary, conclusions, and recommendations. Summary, number 1, the researcher used the agile model for the development of the system. Number 2, IT experts evaluated the fire and motion detection device with messaging system using the ISO IEC 25010 and rated the system as very satisfactory. Number 3, NEUST Graduate School evaluated the system's functionality, performance efficiency, and usability using the ISO IEC 25010 and rated the system as very satisfactory. Continuation po tayo ng summary. Number 4 na po tayo. Temperature, smoke, and motion sensors were proven helpful and effective. However, automated lighting did not help the process of incident prevention and monitoring. Number 5, the overall assessment of the level of effectiveness of the system indicated that the system was very effective. Conclusions naman po, number 1, the fire and motion detection device with messaging system adheres to the ISO IEC 25010 system and software product quality model. Conclusion number 2, the system possesses the good qualities of a system as it was rated by the IT experts and NEUSC Graduate School as very satisfactory. Number 3, fire and motion detection and notification are the key features of warning systems. Then last, conclusion number 4, respondents described the system as very effective in serving its intended monitoring and warning purposes. Recommendations. Number 1, adding a battery or power source to the device that allows it to work even if power shuts down. Nakalagay po sa scope and delimitation na yung device ay kailangang nakasaksak or power supply, pero mas mainam po sana kung magkakaroon siya ng battery. So kahit wala pong kuryente, gagana siya. Number 2, an option to see a live video feed or actual photo of the coverage area anytime so users can monitor the area with or without detection. So just in case po na gusto lang po nating makita yung lugar, kahit wala naman pong naging detection, pwede po natin siyang i-check kapag may live feed or actual photo. Number 3, creation of a mobile application which will make it easier to access the dashboard. Dahil as of now po tayo po ay gumagamit ng website para makita yung dashboard natin. So magandang suggestion din po kung magkakaroon ng mobile app. Continuation po ng recommendations. Recommendation number 4, use camera with night vision so the system will be able to capture clear images even in dark areas. So mas mainam po na gumamit tayo ng mas high-tech na camera para mas maging maganda po yung pag-capture ng picture natin even in dark areas. Number 5, use the light bulb as an indicator for every detection so people in the area who will not be notified by either SMS or email will also be alerted using light signals, especially those with hearing impairment. Dun po sa structured interview, lumabas po na hindi effective or hindi nakakatulong si light function dun sa monitoring and warning users. Kaya isa po sa naging recommendation na gamitin siya as a light indicator na kung hindi po ma-receive yung text, kung hindi po ma-receive yung email, and especially those people with hearing impairment na hindi naman nila napakinggan yung buzzer, pwede po silang makakuha ng signal through light signals na may detection. So, mas magandang way po yon ng paggamit ng light indicator. Ngayon po na nai-present ko na po sa inyo yung result ng study, ay i-present ko naman po sa inyo yung device, kasama na po yung mga suggested changes niyo po from last time dun po sa proposal po natin na nangyari. And I will use another video, and it's the same video I used during the data gathering procedure. Ito po mismo yung video na isend ko sa mga respondents para ma-assess po nila yung system kahit hindi na po kami nag face-to-face. Thank you po.